afternoon, y'all. This is Lena B with Mending and Moving Forward, always your host. So, as this is the last Thursday of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, the biggest reminder I would love to give everyone is please remember our men suffer with mental health also. And we are to support them in any and every way possible that we are allowed to help them. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't appreciate men when they are open. They want to call them out their name and whatever, and there's this persona that they have to keep up of they're never hurting, they're always strong. And ladies, like I said, we need to support our men, especially our black men, of course, because they're not supported as much as they're supposed to be. They are overworking themselves, overdoing it, going overboard because that is what they were taught to do. Lead without emotions, if that makes sense. So when they come to you, like, really hear them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, when your man come to you and he's like in a mental state where he just needs to talk to you, hear him out. Because like I said, like, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month opened my eyes to a lot, like I said, in these past few episodes. I've learned a lot. Men commit suicide way more often than females because I can say they don't have an outlet. They don't have a way that they can talk to no one. I'm not saying that they don't have no one to talk to, because of course there's therapists and whatever, but a lot of men are, I wouldn't say afraid, but are not willing to go to a professional. They may feel more comfortable talking to their partner. And of course I know there's a lot of females who will say, hey, the hell I look like sitting around for him to talk to every minute about the same thing over and over again. I understand, I get it, whatever, I guess. But I'm just the type of female who will sit there and listen. I'll let him talk for days and days and days and just listen, hear him out. No comment, just let him talk. And I will never bring it up again because that was him spilling his heart out to me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, not every female looks at it like that, and that is the sad part about it. But yeah, men, like, know that your mental health is really important also. You know, like I said, if y'all don't believe in God, I'm sorry, but you're gonna always hear me mention something about God for the most part. I try to refrain from it because I do understand that people come from all types of religions. So I do, but when it comes to the man and the woman of the household, like, I really believe the man is the head of the household, and if you are not good mentally, you will have chaos and chaotic things happening around you. I would like to apologize for last week Thursday. I did not come on at all. I had I'm sorry, y'all. I had a hectic and overwhelming week last week. Not that it was a bad week; it was an awesome week last week. But I just couldn't get the time in to do my show. So I will like to apologize for not coming on last week. I did do a post on Sunday, of course, for Father's Day. So I didn't leave y'all completely in the dark. I did try to still come on for Father's Day, wish all the men happy Father's Day, and I hope y'all had a blessed Father's Day. I know a lot of people's Father's Day was probably horrible, and I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, especially for the men who are out there trying their best, trying to be the best father to their children who them and their mother are no longer together, and that person is giving you a horrible time. I'm so sorry about it. Um, like I said, that our higher being season knows everything. Um, and I'll always try to tell you dads that you have rights too. Let's get that real clear. You have rights too, especially if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a dad. You have rights too. And if you feel like you don't, there are so many activist groups, especially here in Georgia, that help dads like get their proper rights back. Now let me make this clear. Now if you know you one of them FNs, um, leave them kids alone. Don't try to do it to spite no woman. Cause it ain't gonna end up good for you in the long run. Um, but like I said, my channel is all about mental health. I talk about overall mental health, not just females, not just males. I talk about it overall. Reason why is we're all suffering from something, you know. And I would like us to not consider ourselves victims, but overcomers. We will get over whatever it is, you know, and we gonna heal and keep moving, because holding on to whatever our pain might be and using it against others in relationships is not worth it at all. I would say that. But I will ask y'all to just keep your heads up. Keep chugging. Keep chugging. Keep moving, because at the end of the day, like, you are here for you. You know, only you could make life better for you. I know days get hard. Trust and believe me, I know. But when your blessings come, you are going to be thankful for those hard times that you went to get to where you want to be. And as always tell people, it's not on our timing. It's never on our timing. Um, but be grateful and thankful and positive about what you can in the midst of your storm, because once you get out of your storm, it feels amazing. It feels so peaceful. It feels great. um, but like I said, I would love y'all to just keep watching. We got incredible, incredible things coming. We have incredible things coming. Um, I don't want to put it on the timeline because, of course, everything takes time and support. But I have a lot planned for this movement because it is so important. And I know for me personally, it started as a teenager. So I do want to go to schools and maybe have events for children and get some vendors together that I know are willing to donate. Because I don't want those events to be like their parents bring them there and then they have to pay for everything. You get what I'm saying? So I do want to find vendors that are willing to be a part of this movement and donate that time to inform children about trauma, mental health, and healing, and your signs that you are having a breakdown without realizing you're having a breakdown. Um, but most of all, to let them know that they have someone in their corner, which is me, because I understand it in almost every stage. Um, I can honestly say that. I remember watching friends in elementary school mentally break down, hurting themselves because, and at first I never understood until I started going through it. Um, and that's what makes me check up on people so often. Hey, how you doing? You know, because sometimes that hey, how you doing means a hell of a lot. Just check up on anyone. And that's why I said, like, females, I understand. Hey, kudos to y'all who feel like, oh, you don't need to check up on your man. I will say this, you do. Because too many times do they check up on us, hey, babe, how you doing? And we don't check up on them. Hey, babe, how you doing? How you holding up mentally? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, me starting this podcast and me going through this first year with Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, I have learned a lot. Um, and like I said, doing my research really opened my eyes to realize like 23 out of 25 men commit suicide. That's a lot of people, and when you really look at it like that, that's scary. Because we already have a lack thereof men, and to know that you all are so stressed out and overwhelmed. And when I really did my research, like, y'all have no outlets, other than you wanting to go pay a professional, which I understand you might not even have the money to do it, and that's why I say, like, the majority of y'all are in a relationship with someone, like, that's what your significant other is for, like, to hear you out, to sit down and listen, have your back, just like you supposed to have their back, because I feel like you're never too busy to say, hey, how you doing? How's your mind? How you keeping up? You know what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is, please, everybody, just love on each other. Stop hurting each other. It's not worth it. Like, it is not worth it at all. Um, this subject is something new in my book, you know, and because I have this movement is like I do a lot of research on mental health and trauma and everything. Like, I knew that I don't want to say issues, but I know that I struggle with mental health and depression, stuff like that. Trauma. But I try my best to not make my trauma me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I try my best not to make my trauma take over my life. I take over the trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, I don't consider myself a victim. I consider myself a survivor, you know? And I'm starting to learn that I don't have to live in survival mode because that was something I did for a long time, you know? And I believe men do it more than us every time, all the time. No hesitation, because that's just how the world look at though. I'm sorry, y'all. And that's the sad part about it. So, like I said, mental health awareness is as important as ours, females. So please, 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 I am begging y'all, support y'all men. It is not only during Men's Mental Health Awareness Month that we acknowledge that they also suffer from mental health and trauma. You know, the world is already so hard on our men. Why make it harder for them? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying if he a no good, low down, doggy dog, it's the same thing. It's not, honey. At that point, your peace means everything. And I wish I knew this before, but I know it now. Like, my peace means everything. So if you don't bring peace to my peace, we not gonna work. If you don't add on to the love that I have for myself already, we ain't gonna work. Because I love myself so much, I will not. And I mean, I will not settle for anything at all, period, blank. Because I know what I'm worthy of. I know that I am loved by me, by my Most High. I know that I was beautifully and wonderfully made. So can't nobody break me down for real no more. And that's just honest truth. Because I really get where I used to hear all the time, if you don't love yourself, who is anybody else to love you? That is so true. And men, that go for y'all too. If you don't love yourself, how can you expect for anyone else to love you if you truly don't love yourself? And I learned that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a topic that I love to talk about now because for so long, I depended on other people loving me in order for me to love myself. But I don't know. Like I said, these last 3 years, I had time to sit down and think and really learn myself and realize, yo, I did not love myself at all. As much as I walked around and I might say out my mouth, oh, I'm cute. Oh, I'm a baddie. Oh, this, that. I honestly didn't actually feel like that. The only time I felt beautiful and pretty was when I was in a relationship, when I was with somebody. Now, oh, I don't care. I don't care at all. Period. I'm like, what nobody got to say about me. I really don't. As long as I feel like I'm beautiful, as long as I could look in the mirror every day and be like, yo, you a Betty. Let me stop. But you get what I'm saying? Like, as long as I can look in the mirror and feel like I'm comfortable in my skin, it's all that matters to me. And like I said, men, y'all have to have the same mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like so many men are hurt that y'all settle for toxicity, for toxic behavior. And that is honestly understandable. Because like I said, females do it too. They feel like if they're not in a toxic relationship, because I've had somebody tell me that, like, oh, I can't be with no man if he ain't hitting me, if we ain't fighting. Like, what? What? Like, I'm really baffled listening to this, but you can't judge. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't judge people when they tell me that, because the craziest thing is sometimes I feel like I'm a natural born therapist, because I remember one girl telling me that, and I looked at her and I was like, why exactly do you think that's normal? Because that's not normal, baby. She was just like, that's how I grew up and see my mother and dad, and they loved each other. We went outside, everybody like, oh, favorite couple. Yes, because it's easy to put on face, yo. The easiest thing is to keep a persona when you outside, because guess what? Them people don't live with you. That does not mean they was happy. And now you take toxic behavior as love. Like, that's not love, baby. Like, at all. That's two people who should never be together. Because what I love, I'm not going to fight. Let's get that real clear. What I love, I am not going to fight. And like I said, men, if you really love somebody, you ain't going to put your hands on them. Now, I'm a big advocate of somebody put their hand on you, though. Hit their behind back. Now, y'all also have to take in consideration y'all are 10 times umpteen more stronger than a female. You get what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people might not agree with me about what I just said, and I really don't care, because let me tell you something, there are some abusive behind females out here. Very much so. Not saying that they're always wrong, but I personally don't believe in no female putting their hand on no man. Let's get that real clear. But like I said, if that man is good to you and you just want to be a bully or whatever, go sit down in a corner somewhere, baby girl, because y'all don't know how many females out here would love to treat your man like he the king, and maybe he just not for you, baby. Because, woo, Lord, when you find the man that's for you, you gonna know. It's gonna feel like you forever on cloud nine. It's gonna be your peace. You're gonna feel at home. You know what I'm saying? You will know. He will humble you so much in so many ways. So many ways. Just just a deep talk. Just one single word. Shh. And you just okay. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, he ain't for you. I know some females like control. I used to be one of them. I love to be in. Oh Lord, I love to be in control. If I felt like I couldn't control a situation, I'll go crazy. I'll go crazy. But what I've been going through for these first 6 months of this year, and I can't say completely 6 months, so you say 5 months and some weeks, it has taught me that no matter what is going on around you, that you got to center yourself. Don't panic, don't stress, don't nothing. Cause everything will be provided. Be still and know that I am God. Like at first I couldn't understand what that meant. Because I was always, oh my God, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do. And I just remember hearing, be still and know that I am God. I don't even know what scripture that is. And that gave me so much peace that I was at so much peace during my storm that it was like nothing bothered me. I was just like, okay, and tomorrow. Yes, I had my days where I felt so negative, but I tried my best not to talk negative because I've learned that negative thoughts bring negative results. So I've been on my think more positive journey, and I'm not going to lie, it has helped tremendously. um I've never been this positive in my life. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Never in my life have I been this positive. But when you're at peace with yourself, you're at peace with what is to come, what has passed, trying to your best to live in the now, it feels incredible. So, men, what I would say is live in the now. I know y'all baby mothers might be acting an ass right now, or won't even answer the phone for you to talk to your children, or whatever the situation might be. Just know, be still, be calm, breathe in and breathe out. Live in today, know that tomorrow is to come and the past is behind us. And just be still, be positive, love yourself. Take a drive outside. If you like nature, like take a drive outside, just you alone. Take in the air. Go get a drink if you drink. Go get something to eat if you're an eater. And just bask in your own energy. And know that you are worthy. You are loved because most of all, you love yourself. Know that you are not seen. Know that you are amazing, a beautifully made creature, and that you are worthy of love, worthy of a great, amazing relationship, worthy of everything that life has to bring to you and more, and it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And like I always tell y'all, we are healing together because I'm not in a position where I could say I'm healed because I'm not. And that is why I started this movement, because so many of us, we go online trying to find somebody that you could relate to, talk to, listen to, and it's always, oh, I've healed and this is where I'm at now. No, I want y'all to see me healing with y'all. I don't want to come and do my show when I'm already healed. I want to do it now so we can all go through the process together, you know? And I feel like this is going to be the most amazing and greatest journey of our lives. And just, we going to keep it going. Like I said, every week, we going to keep it going. And we going to keep pushing. And I want to put up these greetings and book signings and all of this, where I come out and y'all come see me, we eat, enjoy our time, and on to the next. you know, but like I said, we're gonna have little meetings here and there. I'm looking for spots that I can rent out for like an hour or two, cook, invite people, and we just talk it out. Do a little poetry, a little spoken words, something. Just our little events that we can be heard at with no judgment, no arguments, no loudness. It'll be a spot where I just want couples to come and y'all have something to talk about, and it's like open mic therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a vision for our movement. And it's the same thing. Like, I want to open one for kids where they can come and be open about how they feel. No judgment, just a room full of like-minded people who hear them. So like I said, we got this, and we're gonna keep going. This is just my biggest passion, other than cooking. I like to cook. But this is my biggest passion right now, just doing this and making the moves that I've been making, moves that I'm going to make. And staying on track. Staying on track 100%, because Lord knows it's hard at days, at times, weeks, months sometimes, and we all need somebody, you know. We need a space where we could be open and not judged. So I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. I finally got some copies of my poetry book. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm very, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the best headspace lately. it just feels like a breath of fresh air. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm so laid back and at peace that finally everything is like fitting in spaces. It's not done yet, but the pieces are starting to come together. It's been a long time and a long wait to get where I am. And like I said, men, this might be the last Thursday of Men Mental Health Awareness Month, but this will not be the last time I support our men with their mental health. So, like I always say, this is Lena B, your host with Mending and Moving Forward. And I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I love y'all.